Well, hello everyone. This is Heather Picken of heatherpicken.com, and welcome to Friday. If you're watching this on Friday, happy Friday to you. And I almost was not going to do a video, but I just got finishing up with one of my clients, and we were talking about speaking and how powerful it is for your business. So you definitely want to listen to this. If you are a coach, you're a consultant, you are a service-based provider, and you're looking to obviously attract high-paying clients, did you know that speaking in person is one of the fastest ways to attract high-paying clients, guaranteed? So when I'm working with clients, if you don't know who I am, I work with visionary leaders only, okay? You know who you are, and you're someone that has a message and a mission to impact the lives of other people with your work. So I don't really have to say, well, is that me? You just know it. You just know it. And you are skilled in your work. So I work with visionary leaders that already have a skill set. So it's not like they're a newbie. They don't have any business idea. That's not my ideal client. I work with skilled visionary leaders because they already have the traction. It's easier for me to coach them, and my mission is actually to empower them to get their message out there. Why is that important to me? Because we are stronger together. Particularly, I work with female visionaries, although I do work with men. So if you're watching this, I don't want to discount you. And today I want to talk about the power of speaking. I absolutely love speaking. And I found out years ago how amazing the power of speaking was, like really putting out your message out there to people, that are in person. Speaking online is different, like if you're doing this video, but I want to talk about the power of harnessing your message. If you have a presentation coming up and you're thinking about doing more speaking gigs, and how you can land five-figure deals every single time. Every single time, if your business is set up as a highly paid consultant, okay? It's not like you're gonna sell a bunch of books, not that you can't, and I'm gonna talk about what that looks like in a minute. Okay, so I love this model. I have actually helped my clients. It's funny because usually clients come to me because they're stuck. They're kind of in their head about going to the next level. It might be in their pricing, but it also might be like positioning themselves as a leader, and you want to do that in a very specific way. What you don't want to do, especially when you're speaking, is to kind of sound like everyone else. But that is kind of another conversation in and of itself. But I want to talk about, again, why it's important to go out there and speak. So going out there and speaking, it's important because you get your message out there. Usually when you're speaking, you can also get other speaking engagements, okay? So you just multiply what you're doing. And of course, as I mentioned, getting those high-paying clients. So this is what I coach my clients on how to really seal the deal. I am going to share with you a case study of a client that was, she had a business built, but she never did any speaking engagements. And so she had this opportunity to speak locally where she lived. And she told me ahead of time that there were about 20 people that were going to attend this presentation. Now, here's what I want you to get. You don't have to have a room of hundreds and thousands of people in order to attract high-paying clients. You might want to write that down. And I want to say, hey, everyone that has joined me today, hopefully you're tuning in because you want to know how you can make money with speaking. Now, you don't have to necessarily get paid for speaking, although you can. That's another conversation in and of itself. But I'm talking if you have a speaking gig lined up and you want to know how to monetize it. I'm going to share some secrets and strategies that I've taught my clients and that I've used personally to guarantee you 5 figures every time that you speak. So number one, doesn't matter what audience you have. I have literally, in my earlier speaking days, would be speaking in front of like literally 2 people. And out of those 2 people, I remember getting that one person as a high-end client. So I want you to have this mindset shift, is that whoever you're speaking to, no matter where it's at, that those people could be your clients. And it's funny, I had a conversation with another client who on, gosh, this is actually, I don't even want to go there. Anyways, I had to go through her speaking formula, and, when you mess up, which we all do, you don't want to beat yourself up, but that's another conversation in of itself. There's been certainly times when I just did not deliver the goods, right? And it happens. Anyone that tells you that they're 100% flawless when they're speaking, they're lying to you. You know why? Because if you're speaking out there enough, you're going to mess up. You're not going to be on your A game, and you want to give yourself a break. But anyways, shift your energy. Let's go back to the topic. Shift your energy. So what I usually do before I have a presentation, as I set my intention that I'm connecting the right people I can truly serve. And the reason why you want to have that intention in your mind, if you try to create a presentation that is focused on everyone, you're going to misalign yourself with the clients that could be out there in your audience. I actually did this, and again, I am not perfect. I know, shocker. I like to make fun of myself. I was doing a presentation where I honestly was trying to put too much into that presentation. You know why? Because I was seeking approval. I wanted to be liked. I wanted this presentation to be flawless. And what happened, even in, my mess, I still got high-paying clients, right? But the conversion rate was not as well as I would like it to. And so I realized, and this is what I want to share with you, is that when you are setting your intentions and creating your presentations, it is not, I repeat, it is not for everyone. It is for your specific clients that you already have that image in your mind of who they are and who they are not, that you can certainly help. And so you want to go in with that intention. You don't want to make the same mistakes that I did. Not to say you'll never make any mistakes, but I want to save you some pain and agony. Now, I will tell you how I was able to remedy that is I also had another speaking opportunity shortly thereafter and was able to really hit it out of the park. So I like to take my mistakes, I like to take my messes and make them magnificent, right? And that's what you should do when you're in business. You just have to power through. I just realized my microphone's not plugged in. Anyways, and that's a technical speaking thing. Sometimes if you have technical issues to break down, which I have happened in the past, you've got to make a joke out of it, and then you just go with it. If you're speaking, and let's just say you have some visual aids, and this happened to me. I was at a conference in Las Vegas speaking in front of hundreds of people, and my PowerPoint melted down. There was like a technical snafu. Because I was polished in my presentation, I literally just knew it verbatim. I was able to get through that presentation with even without the PowerPoint. However, we were able to get it back on, but I just carried throughout it, and you will have those issues. Trust me. You have done enough speaking when you've gone through those technical glitches, just like I am right now. I forgot to plug my microphone in, but it is what it is. So again, let's recap. First thing, setting your intention and who your message is for. It's not for everyone. Grounding yourself before you speak is really important. That I usually say something like, I am clear in my message and I connect with the right people. My mind is aligned to connect with those people that I can truly empower and serve. And whatever your mantra is, I think it's important because also what that will do, it will allow you to feel a little bit more comfortable in not feeling you have to be perfect in your presentation, okay? Not feeling like you have to have everyone like you. I will guarantee there is gonna be someone in the audience that is not going to like you. And I'm here to tell you, you have to be okay with it. You have to be okay with people not liking you. If you want to be a visionary, as you go to the next level of your business, of your vision, mission, and purpose, you will have more people and more haters, okay? That is just the nature of how it is. And you have to be okay with that. You have to be okay with not everyone liking you. Now, I know especially as for women, women have this tendency to have that need of approval. And I actually used to have those issues of like wanting people to like me. And now I'm like, why do I care? Because I'm really focused on the people that I can help. If someone doesn't like me for something I say or how I speak, then that is a person that I don't want in my space. So you got to be okay with it. So again, setting your intentions, getting clear on your message is not for everyone. Now, another thing that you want to have in your presentations is you want to be authentic to who you are. And so when I'm giving my presentations, I'm a little goofy and silly, but I'm also serious. I like kind of blend that into my presentations. I think it's important that you just give that extra, you know, whatever your personality is, you don't want to be someone that you're not, okay? So if you're not in alignment with, and I'm gonna take one of the most powerful speakers, like a Tony Robbins, you know, like a motivational speaker. If you don't have Tony Robbins energy, then don't bring Tony Robbins energy. There are other speakers out there that you may admire that might be a little bit more quiet and a little bit more reserved, but they're being true to themselves. If they were to act in any other way, it would be a disconnect. So you don't want to pretend, you just want to be who you are. You also want to bring your authenticity, but bring your energy. So when you're speaking in front of an audience, it's really important to read a room, like connect with people. Are they looking at their phones? You know, are you really connecting with them? And if you're not, it's good to go back and look at every presentation I do. I always ask myself, what did I do good and where did I mess up? There's always something that I feel I can course correct, okay? I just think if you're that person that thinks everything's perfect, then there's no room to grow. So you can always grow. So trust me. So you want to look at, am I connecting with the audience? Do I have specific tangible points that I can connect with my audience? I had made the mistake of putting too much into a presentation, as I mentioned. It was overwhelming. It was just overwhelming. So what I recommend, depending on the length of your presentation or just in general, is 3 to 5 hot topics that you can talk about that people are going to really resonate with. Like they're going to just grab on and just say, you know what, I need to learn more about this. Another thing I didn't mention, but this is in your speaking presentation, and this is the most important thing. The most important thing before you begin speaking is to give a hook, which is something that is going to engage the audience where they're not going to tune in or tune out, okay? So you're going to lose them in the first couple seconds if you don't have something that's going to be powerful. Really, really important. There was a TED Talk, you might want to look it up, where Bill Gates brought up a jar of mosquitoes on the stage. He was making a point, I think it was mosquitoes, and he let them out and people were freaking out. I mean, so that's kind of a hook, right? He really was able to use an effective use of a physical prop, but also, you know, people were paying attention. So you have to ask yourself, like, what can I do to really engage people? How can I really connect with people right off the bat? Keep it simple. You may think when you're speaking in front of people that you have to offer so much, and it really isn't that. It really is about connecting with people. I cannot say that enough. So when you're talking, you got to bring your energy. You got to bring it. You got to connect. You got to read the audience. You got to course correct. And another thing I will say, and this is really, really important if you want to generate those high-end clients, and this is what I help my clients with. If they have speaking engagements, we go through this, is what is the CTA, okay? The CTA is the call to action. And the call to action is, you know, what is it that you can say to them that will get them to connect with you right away? You know, so could it be something they buy something small? It has been proven when people buy something like small, like it could be a book, that they are going to buy the next level, and that is the high-end coaching or consulting. I want to share a little hack I did, and I do in my speaking that always gets me book sold with clients. And it's actually such a brilliant strategy, I think. and you can steal it too. I'm giving it to you. So you have your good call to action. And one of the things I always tell my clients is get them into a strategy session. You call it something specific. Don't say, oh, book a call with me. You want to name it something specific and why that's important. So what the session is, why that's important, and how it's going to help them specifically. Because what that will do, it will create the urgency that they will take action and book that session. There's a lot of different ways that you can do this, but I have found working with clients, that is such an easy strategy to do. So you make it something specific. Maybe it's a blueprint to help them to, get their health back on track. But you cannot be generic with it. It really has to be specific. I find the call to action is so critical in your speaking that it can make or break what you do for that day. Like how, I always look at it, if I'm effective, I know I'm effective if, people are signing up with me. If they're not, either they're the wrong audience, right? Or your message is off, or your energy. So you can't be hard on yourself. So what you want to do is you want to have that strong call to action. Typically what I recommend is having a link that you can say in your presentation where they literally go to that link and they book the session. So for me, I have sessionwithheather.com. So I say, hey, if you're wanting da-da-da-da-da, then go to whatever I'm saying with my session. And then I say, I don't say go to my link, go onto my homepage, and then you book a link. No, you want them right there on the spot. So I say, go to sessionwithheather.com. If you leave here today, you can book the session, and then here's what I'm going to help you to do. That simple strategy has helped my clients generate those 5 figures every time they speak. I was working with a client, I think I mentioned earlier, she was new to her, not new to her business, but new to speaking. And one of the strategies, we went through all of the steps. The call to action was really key. And she had 20 people in the room, and she ended up sealing the deal of $6,000 worth of business. So the question is, would you like to have that process? Is it duplicatable? Absolutely. Once you learn how to do that, you can keep repeating the process. It's not hard. It's just understanding, how it all flows and how it works. I think speaking is just such an incredible tool to get your message out there. Obviously, if you do webinars, it's a whole nother animal in and of itself. I'm not even going to get into it. I will say this, you can actually create, if you're in any kind of networking organizations where they allow you to speak for 5 minutes, you can actually put together a powerful call to action in 5 minutes where you can still have the same results. How do I know that? Because I've helped my clients to do it. It's not rocket science, it's just having the right formula. The last thing I will say about generating 5 figures every time that you speak is the mindset piece. So the work that I do is really grounded in neuroscience, and that's important because if you don't see yourself as a leader and you don't see yourself as confident when you go up there to speak, whether it's in front of 2 people, 20 people, or 2,000 people, or even 20,000, right? If you don't have the confidence, then people are going to, they're going to feel your energy a mismatch. So either subconsciously, and this is how energy works, subconsciously, if you're not confident, if you haven't made the right connections in your brain, people are going to pick up on that on a subconscious level. Or they might pick up on it on a conscious level, like, no, I'm not resonating with that. So realize that if you don't bring your A game, if you do not align your mind to putting yourself out there and even believe that you have a powerful message that can generate those high-end clients, I don't care how great your presentation is. I don't care how great of statistics you put in there, whatever, because the confidence will kill you every single time. And you don't necessarily have to be a seasoned pro. Like I said, there's always things I can work on, always. I am not going to say, yes, I am the most professional, polished speaker ever on this planet Earth. Absolutely not. Speaking is about mastery. And anything that you do that you want to get to the next level, you've got to master. Just like I talk about mastering your mindset. So my homework for you today is, if you've got that presentation that you know that you can connect with people, is to make sure that you're speaking to only your ideal clients. Number one, you're not there to speak to everyone, and you're not there to get the approval of every single person in that room. Make sure you have a great hook that connects with people, that is going to allow them to pay attention. Let's face it, people's attention spans are very short. They're always on their phone, watching those dog and cat videos, right? What's going to make them really pay attention? Bringing your energy, right? Bringing your energy. Be authentic to your message and what you're speaking about. Really, really key. And then having a strong call to action. What is it that you can offer that is going to get them into the next level? And that could be literally offering a free session, free strategy session. I've given away books. There's just so many things, but you want to make sure you craft this in a way where your right clients, only the right ones, are going to want to connect with you. And if you've done your job correctly, you'll have 5-figure days, guaranteed, or if not more. And I'm saying 5 figures because I find it's totally doable. If you're a skilled coach, or a consultant, you're typically going to have an offer that is worth, hopefully, $3,000 or more that you can offer someone. And that's it. That's it. Have a great Friday. Have a great Friday, and I will talk to you guys soon. And if you're watching this on the replay, type in the R. Let me know if these strategies help you, and if you have an upcoming speaking presentation. So in the meantime, if you want some of my free resources, go over to heatherpicken.com. I actually created a brand new training on your visionary archetype, and there are actually 4 different archetypes that I came up with based on the clients that I've worked with throughout the years. And it really is cool because I'm going to help you with some mindset shifts, and then some strategies, overall strategies based on your archetype on what you should do. So that's it, everyone. Have a great Friday, and talk to you soon. Take care.